welcome to Jenny's paleontology lesson and welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about something a little different from my usual content because I'm going to be announcing the starting of a new series of videos about museums. So I've actually been wanting to do a series of videos or just videos on museums in general because they've just influenced me so much, either throughout my childhood or either on just the formation of paleontology as a passion of mine. So ever since I was a little kid, I loved going to museums, and these are some of the museums that I really loved going to. So first of all, the Geological Museum of China. I absolutely love this museum and I loved going there as a kid. I've been so many times. They have such an extensive and just beautiful collection of minerals and rocks, and they sort of tell you how these rocks formed, how different minerals change over time, and it's just a wonderful museum that I loved going to as a kid. There's also the Beijing Museum of Natural History, and they have such a wonderful collection. They have so many different exhibitions at the same time. They have an exhibit on currently animals, on botany. They have an exhibit on exotic animals from Africa, and they have exhibits on marine life and the evolution of invertebrates and the history of prehistoric mammals and dinosaurs and so many other cool things that are just so mind-blowing, and I love going there. And moreover, there's also the China Museum of Science and Technology that has exhibits that are just mind-blowing. And they have so many exhibits on different, of course, technologies and on the history of things. And I just always love going there. There's also the Paleo Zoological Museum of China, where it's more about paleontology and they explain the paleoecology and sort of display how evolution happened over time. And I loved going there. That's been a common thread. There's also the Beijing Planetarium. They have some really, really cool auditoriums and some really, really interesting 4D films. I believe they have this one auditorium, at least when I was there as a kid, where you sort of look up and the whole roof of the auditorium is shaped in a dome, and that's where they project whatever they need to project to show the audience. And it was one of the coolest things I saw. There's also, of course, National Museum of China, where it talks about Chinese history and the evolution of dynasties. So I was really into a wide range of different museums, but my favorites are always the Science Museum and the Natural Science Museums, where I can see a lot of different exhibits on dinosaurs and on mammals and animals in general. And so, ever since I was a child, of course, I've been incredibly interested in paleontology, and I loved dinosaurs, as every kid would, right? But I used to watch movies about dinosaurs, and I'd buy little dinosaur figures, and I learned their Chinese names, and I bought an encyclopedia about dinosaurs, all about dinosaurs. But I never really knew how I can project that into sort of a career or a bigger passion of mine until I got to my current high school, or more specifically, saw the museum at my current high school about paleontology called the Raymond Alf Museum. So this museum really showed me all the different opportunities I can have relating to paleontology and how professional work can carry out within the field of paleontology, and my mind was blown. And this museum and this opportunity to have access to the Raymond Alf Museum is really the reason why and of how I can really develop my interest into a passion. So considering how museums have been such a big influence on my life, it wouldn't surprise you that I've been wanting to do a series on museums for a very long time. So in this series, I'm going to start with explaining and just introducing, describing one of the most influential museums in my life that turned my interest into a real passion, the Raymond Alf Museum, and then carry on to talk about a few other museums as I wish. So please enjoy this series and hopefully see you next time.